My wife forced me to buy a bigger house, then slowly tried to move in her whole family, so I secretly sold the house, filed for divorce, and went no contact with all of them. I'm 34, male, and for the past 3 years I thought I had my life pretty figured out. Solid job, decent house, and a wife I actually thought was my partner for life. But, man, was I wrong. Things spiraled in ways I never saw coming. My wife, M, and I had been together for 5 years. It wasn't always easy, no marriage is, but we were good. Or at least I thought we were. About a year ago, she started pushing this idea of getting a bigger house. Now our place was fine, a cozy 3-bedroom in a quiet neighborhood. No kids yet, just the 2 of us, so we didn't need more space. I didn't get why she was so fixated on it. But M had a way of wearing me down. We need more room for the future, she'd say. For guests, family, kids. She made it sound like this house would be some investment for our future life together. It almost made sense the way she said it. Still, something felt off, but I couldn't put my finger on it. I just figured maybe she wanted more space to entertain or whatever. Months of her nagging finally broke me down, and I caved. We started looking at houses, and she fell in love with this giant 5-bedroom place that was way bigger than we needed. I wasn't on board, but she played it cool, making it sound like this was about us. We'll grow into it, she'd say, with this fake-ass smile that now I realize was her just manipulating me. I bit the bullet, we bought the place, and she was ecstatic. She dove in redecorating, spending more than we'd planned, but I let it go. I thought, maybe this is what she needs to feel happy. At least she seemed happy. That lasted for a few months. Then came the real reason she wanted the damn house. Her family. It started small. Her mom's place was apparently getting some renovations done, and M said, she'll just stay with us for a few weeks. Seemed fine at first. I mean, a couple of weeks, right? Then the weeks turned into months, and her mom was still there, acting like she owned the place. Every day, there was something. Comments on how I did things around the house, what groceries I bought, and she even tried telling me how to mow my lawn. I thought I was losing my mind. I confronted M. What's the deal? How long is your mom planning to stay? Oh, it's just until the renovations are done, she'd say, brushing it off like I was the one making a big deal out of nothing. I should have pushed harder then, but I didn't. I let it slide because, family, right? Then out of nowhere, her brother shows up. No warning, no discussion, nothing. Just a hey, he's going through a rough time and he's going to crash with us for a bit. A bit? This guy didn't have a job, no ambition, and no shame. He just sat around all day, eating our food and leaving his crap everywhere. At that point, I knew what was happening. M had planned this all along. She'd conned me into buying this house, and now it was turning into some kind of extended family compound. But when I tried to talk to her, she turned it around on me. They're my family. We have the space. Why wouldn't we help them out? Because I didn't agree to this. That's why. I was done tiptoeing around it, so I told her straight up, I didn't sign up to live with your entire family. If this is what you had in mind, we should have discussed it before we bought the damn house. And you know what she said? If you have a problem with my family, maybe you're the one who needs to leave. That was the moment everything clicked. This wasn't our house. It was her house, her family's house, and I was just a paycheck funding the whole thing. The bigger house, the future plans, it was all bullshit to get me to sign off on her little family commune. I didn't sleep that night. I laid there next to her, staring at the ceiling, realizing how deep I was in. The house was in my name, I was paying for everything, and yet somehow I had become a guest in my own home. I wasn't about to let it go on any longer. That next day, I started looking into my options. The house was legally mine. I put the down payment, I paid the mortgage. The kicker? M didn't know that because it was in my name alone. I had full control over what I did with it. I started quietly reaching out to realtors, making moves without saying a word to her or anyone else. Within a few weeks, I had a buyer lined up. I didn't tell M until the papers were signed and the deal was done. I wasn't about to give her or her freeloading family a heads up. They didn't deserve that courtesy. One morning, I sat her down in the living room, the one she'd made sure her mom had taken over, and said, I sold the house. She looked at me like I just told her I set the house on fire. You what? Yeah, sold it. It's It's done. We have until the end of the month to get out. She didn't believe me at first, thought I was bluffing. You can't do that. This is my family's home too. You don't get to make that decision. I leaned back, dead calm, and said, actually I do. My name's the only one on the deed, and I'm not paying for your family to live here anymore. Her face was priceless. She was stunned, but not for long. The screaming started, threats about how she'd take me to court, how she'd ruin me financially, make sure I'd lose everything in the divorce. I had seen it coming. I slid the divorce papers across the table. Already filed. You're welcome to fight it, but you're not taking the house. That's not an option anymore. The silence after that hit hard. She looked at the papers, then back at me, like she couldn't believe I'd pulled the rug out from under her. For the first time, I was in control, and she couldn't stand it. But that didn't mean she gave up. Oh no. That's when the real game started. Her brother tried to sabotage my car. I came out one morning to find all 4 tires slashed. He didn't even try to be sneaky about it. I knew it was him. Instead of confronting him like a man, I called the cops, filed a report, and installed cameras around the house. The look on his face when the cops showed up was priceless. He played dumb, but the footage didn't lie. That was the last time he pulled a stunt like that. Then her mom got involved. She'd play nice, making these huge dinners like everything was fine, trying to reel me in with fake kindness. But when that didn't work, she flipped. She'd leave these passive-aggressive notes around the house like, family comes first. And a real man protects his wife's family. She even tried quoting some Bible verses about submission, trying to guilt-trip me. Didn't work. One day, while I was at work, she had the nerve to try and change the locks. That was it for me. I filed for a restraining order against her the next day, and she backed off real quick after that. But M was the worst. She went full psycho on me. Started hiding important documents, my passport, bank statements, anything she could find, thinking she could slow down the divorce or mess with my head. I found everything stashed in the attic, and instead of losing it, I photographed everything and sent it straight to my lawyer. I locked down my bank accounts, changed all my passwords, and made sure she couldn't touch a cent of my money. Every move they made, I countered. They tried playing dirty, but I stayed ahead of them. I wasn't about to let these entitled assholes destroy my life because I'd been too naive to see what was coming. By that point, I couldn't stand being in the same house as them. I packed a bag and stayed with a friend while everything finalized. I didn't say goodbye, didn't give them a heads up, just left. The house was sold, the papers were signed, and my lawyer handled the rest. There was no reason for me to be there anymore. The divorce went through without a hitch. She tried reaching out after that. M sent long texts full of fake apologies, claiming she didn't realize things would get so bad that she wanted to fix things. I ignored all of it. Blocked her number. Her brother even tried showing up at my job once, but I had security toss him out before he even got close. Looking back, I'm honestly more pissed at myself for letting it go on as long as it did. I should have seen the signs sooner, but hindsight's 20/20, right? The thing is, when you're with someone you think you can trust, you don't see it coming. You don't realize they're using you until it's too late. But I got out. In the end, I sold the house, finalized the divorce, and completely cut M and her family out of my life. After her brother sabotaged my car, her mom tried changing the locks, and M hid important documents to stall the divorce. I had enough. I moved out, let my lawyer handle the rest, and blocked all of them from contacting me. M tried to apologize, but I was done. I walked away from the marriage with my sanity intact, and a valuable lesson learned. Never let someone take control of your life, especially if they're using you for their own gain. Selling the house and walking out of that mess was the best decision I've ever made. I reclaimed my life and moved forward, leaving them all in the past where they belong.